Hey guys, welcome back to Overtakes. I'm Kel.
And this is Misfit.
And we are here with our Week 4 of Stage 3 preview for Thursday. So starting it off, we've got the LA Gladiators going against the London Spitfire.
This is definitely starting off better than Wednesday.
Oh, yes it is.
The games today are way better. We got three good games across the board.
Yeah.
Starting with this one, with the Gladiators and the Spitfire. London looked better in that second game last week than they did when they were blowing all their stuff against Boston. I think they kind of regrouped a little bit.
I think so too, but at the same time, I'm still slightly worried about this team.
Yeah.
Because Birdring just does not look like the same player.
No, he doesn't.
That he has been. And then that is affecting, I think in turn is affecting Prophet.
Yeah.
Because, Prophet is still playing at a really high level, but I feel like he feels like he has to do too much.
He's pressing.
Yes, absolutely.
Like we were talked about, on our review of last week, that pulse bomb, stage 1, he would have nailed that thing.
Oh, absolutely.
The one good thing that they got to London is that their kind of second team there isn't that much of a drop off. I think they haven't played with, like, Prophet hasn't played a lot with Hureg.
Yeah.
But against the Valiant, they looked a lot better together. You know, when you play in there with them. Mm-hmm. The Gladiators in this, they gotta do a lot of work in this. This is going to be a rough one for them. I think this is not a good matchup. London with them.
Yeah, they just don't match up very well against London.
And a lot of it's that, to me, I know that I like their DPS rotation. I just don't like their DPS matchup against London.
Yeah.
Especially London's got the maps that they play decently on, too. Volskaya, and they have Ilios.
Yeah, probably that's probably their best.
Control in 2CP, or King of the Hill in 2CP. I'm expecting them to come back a little bit. The Gladiators have been playing really well. It's just that they had that match won kind of last week against the Valiant.
Yeah.
And actually, they got reverse swept twice by the Valiant and the NYXL. But the NYXL match, when you looked at the map setup on that, you knew what was coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I looked at it, and you had Ilios, and then you had Junkertown, I'm going, this is going to be tied, even if they are 2-0.
Right.
But they played really well in that match, too. But London, I think, is working stuff out. Their tanks have been a little off for them, though. That's been the scary thing, too. Like, Birdring's been off. Gesture's been a little bit off.
Yeah, Gesture's just not been that dominant tank that he has been up to this point, or up to, really, it kind of started at the end of Stage 2. He just hasn't been playing at that top tier level that he was, where he was probably the best Winston in the game. He's not living up to that level anymore. And it's worrisome, because if he's not doing that, then that whole team seems to fall apart.
I think so too.
In the same way that Seoul doesn't work well without Rujehong, I feel like
they're that way with Gesture.
London is like that with Gesture.
Yeah, he
is the soul of that team.
Yeah, he is the go guy. It seems like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he calls the shots, but it seems like he does.
Yeah.
Because
I'm like 90% sure that he is the shot caller of that team.
They've been jerking around with their supports a lot lately too.
Yeah.
You've been getting Badosin sometimes. You've been getting Closer sometimes. Badosin's a half a step up from Closer, I think.
Yeah.
Not much, because I didn't think Closer was as good as him until he's been playing a little bit more. I'm like, all right, But I think that sometimes when you do that with the supports and the tanks, that freaks me out.
Yeah.
More so than DPS. I think you can rotate to DPS and work stuff around that. The Gladiators proved that. London's proved that.
Right.
But when you start subbing in supports, that's when I get a little weird.
Yeah.
And tanks.
Supports and tanks. Maybe your diva every once in a while, or like
your main
one
tank.
of your support. Yeah, like swapping out your main tank and swapping out like your primary support. That's where it seems most teams will run into an issue.
Yeah. Because if you look at New York last week, the 2 times they swapped out Arc and they swapped out Janice.
Yeah.
On the first 2 maps. They had Janice playing, and they had Archon playing on Blizzard World. Lost both maps.
Yep.
Put Arc back in there, and they put
suddenly
Meko and Mono back in there together. Anyway, and you can sub in Pine and Libero and whoever else. I mean, they had Libero and Pine playing on the last map.
Yeah,
that stuff works. But anyway, to the Gladiators now. The one thing advantage I think they do have in this match is hydration on Farah.
Yes,
and you got a couple of good Farah maps in here. Ilios, and you can use her some on Junkertown and a little bit on not Junkertown, on 66. I think that's an advantage for them on those maps. And of course, the specter of Oasis always looms for London.
Right.
But if it gets there, see, yeah. I'm going to take London. I think it's going to be 3-1 with Route 66 being the winner.
Yeah.
That's my pick. I think they're getting their confidence back. I don't think the Gladiators they're not falling back. I think that they're on a string where they played, why are they making everybody play like Seoul, New York and London
at the
like
same
in a
time.
row?
Yeah.
Cause San Francisco's going through that right now.
Yeah.
And that's like, oh, well here, have Shanghai. But still, right. Anyway, I just think that London's still a tick above them. Yeah. Even though their record doesn't say it in this stage and they're playing a little bit off, I think they come back in this one and they keep moving back up. It might be too late for the stage, but I think they're looking more in terms of long term right now as far as that goes. Stage 3 is kind of done for them. Unless they, win 4 in a row, which this team is possible.
They are definitely capable of that, but at the same time, I do think you're right. I think they've kind of realized that, hey, we just need to reset and really start preparing for this final stage and then getting ready for the playoffs, like the full playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think they're kind of more focusing on that. And because of that, honestly, I'm going to pick the Gladiators. I really think that they need this game because I think their main goal right now is to get into the stage playoffs.
Yeah.
And they are damn close right now.
They're 1 out.
They're 1 out. And I think they
London's
have probably one of the better map differentials to get in there. So I think they'll use that to their advantage. And then also I think they want to prove that they can get there and that they can really make a push because they also need to make up as many maps as they can because they had such a horrific start. In the overall standings, they're still like 2 spots out from that final playoff spot. Yeah,
then they got to jump a bunch of teams with a bunch of different with the map differentials and all that.
Yeah.
I totally get that pick, though. I mean, they could win the match. I'm not saying that. I just am leaning towards London. Because, I mean, even in like you were saying, right now they're 1 map and 1 match behind San Francisco, who's got to play New York.
They're actually 1 map ahead of San
Francisco. Yeah, that's what I meant. 1 map ahead, 1 match behind.
Yeah.
And San Francisco's got New York and London this week.
Yeah, so they've got a really tough schedule.
And London...
so I think the Gladiators kind of take advantage of that, and I think they see this as an opportunity to really prove what they are, or where they're at right now, and show us that they are capable of being a top-tier team.
Yeah. Okay, so I got London, and you got the Gladiators. So let's move on to the next match, which we were just kind of hinted at a second ago. We got the San Francisco Shock taking on the New York Excelsior. Now, in stages past, this would have just been click New York instantly without having to think. I'm still going to take New York, but I think it's going to be a lot closer.
Oh, yeah.
With the way that they've been playing.
I'm going to be the same way. I think this is going to be a really close match, but I do think that New York pulls it out because as good as San Francisco has been playing, I just don't think that they have that shut it down, we're going to take this. I think really the only shot that they have is that New York just kind of is like, meh, whatever. We're just going to kind of play some of our random guys. And
I mean, they could play a couple random guys here and there because they do have Seoul at the end of the week.
Yeah.
And that's always a big match.
At the same time, I think I don't anticipate that this team is going to take San Francisco lightly. I think they really understand. They've
seen the way they've played in the last couple weeks. Especially these guys, I mean, their coaching staff, they scouted this one out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And
then they have also a pretty good advantage on the maps. Because they're incredible on Junkertown. They're pretty damn, I mean, there's really not a map that they have a poor.
Yeah. There's a couple that they're kind of iffy on. New Bonnie might be one of them.
Yeah. But they have Anubis and and Junkertown, I think are two of their best maps overall.
Nepal, they're
pretty good on Nepal. Definitely not like, it's not Ilios. That's like...
Nothing's like that.
No.
That's kicked back and...
And then, Numbani is probably the one that they're most shaky on, but even then, that's still...
Yeah, San Francisco's going to give them a battle, though.
Yeah.
This one could go 5.
I could definitely see it going 5.
I just think San Francisco's DPS trio they got going there right now, that is nothing to screw with.
It really isn't.
And if you really look at it, too, their tank play has been so much better since Super. I got it right again. Since Super has come in, it was like Fissure coming in, and he's the thing is he's going up against Meko and Mono, most likely. The Janus thing doesn't seem to be working out. I thought he was pretty good a couple of weeks, but it seems the more and more I watch when they have Janus in there, they lose maps.
Yeah.
Except for
unless he's playing on Hollywood for some reason.
Hollywood. Although I'm going to say one thing, they did play Dallas on Hollywood, and they played my team on Hollywood, which a third grade team of bronze could beat the Mayhem on fucking Hollywood right now. And they would probably laugh and say, yeah, he's probably right. Because that's like their worst map ever.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see too much of him in this one.
No, I feel like...
I think they're going to run their normal lineup.
I feel like they end up kind of running their prime guys. Because I feel like honestly, I could see them being a little more concerned with this game than they are with Seoul.
With Seoul? I was just thinking of it from like the rivalry standpoint,
Yeah.
It's Seoul, it's, the prestige of the team from before and Apex and all that, and they probably want to stick it to them. Yeah, I'm going with New York. San Francisco's, like I said, San Francisco's going to give them a fight. Sinatra and those guys are going to be, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see Sinatra and Sadiobi.
I'm like, even with I'm super excited to watch this match.
Yeah. I mean,
because there's some really good players going against each other.
Yeah, you got some good stuff going on here. I hope Sleepy survives this time.
Right.
He was getting fucking wrecked the last time he played. Just absolutely just.
Sadiobi just ate him for breakfast.
And then when he wasn't, Jonak was fucking right clicking his brains out. Which, okay, so that's...
Which, honestly, if they do that again, I mean, that's a pretty damn good way to shut this team down.
Yeah, because Sleepy's really good.
He is.
But yeah, we both got New York in this one. Okay, so, and this next match is also a huge match.
Yeah.
We have Seoul taking on Philadelphia.
And I mean, this is another instance of one team getting a really tough week. Seoul's got freaking Philadelphia and New York this week. So they don't have an easy schedule either. And they really, really need this game. Yeah,
they're so like in the middle of the road right now. It's frightening. From where they were like day one of this league, when you watch, because when we started, we didn't know as much of the background of these teams. You get to watch stuff now.
Right.
But like when we started, everyone was like, Seoul is going to just run away with this league. They're never going to lose. No one's going to beat them. They're going to shut the league down.
And for the first 3 weeks, that looked like it was the case.
Yeah.
And then they went up against New York.
Yeah. And then, since then, I don't know. Then last stage, they fell apart in the second half. Maybe they do the opposite this stage.
Maybe. But until they do it and prove that they can, I have a hard time finding that they're gonna pull that out.
Yeah,
because I don't know if they can flip the switch as
they say in sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't, and I feel like
the Kobe Bryant playoff switch.
The Kobe Bryant playoff switch, the LeBron playoff switch, whatever. Like it's Michael a real Jordan thing in the NBA for sure. No, because he just played like a freaking madman every game that he was in.
They were playing the fucking Bullets on a Tuesday afternoon, man. He was going.
He didn't give a
56 shit. and 20 rebounds and.
Right.
You guys can sit down. I'll just take this because I want to win. You guys need a rest. I don't. Anyway, but back to them. Panic. They're one of these teams that's panicking and jerking their lineup around.
Yeah.
I think before they were trying stuff out, and now that I think they think they're failing.
Yeah.
But what the fail is here really is, to me, they're failing to realize how good their main lineup is.
Right. And just trusting that will work for them. Well, it's also not helping that...
Jaehong being sick doesn't help.
Jaehong being sick, and then... What's his name? Yeah, Zumba's wrist is... I think he's still out. I haven't heard anything yet.
I haven't heard anything
I think
either.
He's probably not going to come back until the next stage.
I don't know. He's off and on with that thing. It's just, and that's bad. That's like the devastating injury in this league.
Right.
Wrist injury, you can't do shit.
No.
And it's one of those things where with that, it's not like in like another sport where like, say you hurt your right foot or your right arm or something like that and you're a left-handed pitcher, you could kind of get away with that.
Right.
This, you need both
hands.
You need both of your wrists in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's devastating because Zephyr is nowhere near the diva that he is.
No, not at all.
I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, and that really hurts them, and that's what kind of makes me lean towards Philadelphia.
Yeah. And Philly,
Philly's been kind of sputtering a little bit, but at the same time, I think that they're just kind of...
They've played some good teams, though.
Yeah, they've had a really tough schedule, and they're just one of those teams where it's like...
They have to grind it out all the way to 5.
They just...
Every match.
They go for the grind, and like they are just... You can never count them out.
No, you can't. And
until it's over, you can't tell.
Yeah, because... Honestly, you get them on some of these maps that are on here. You get them on 66. They're dangerous.
Yeah.
They're good on Blizzard World, too. And obviously, Architect on a Widowmaker is a demonic.
Yeah.
And that thing was just evil last week. Like, that fucking Route 66 couple of sequences he had on there, that was nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, they have a pretty formidable trio of DPS. So,
yeah. And Soul's kind of on the DPS right now. Fleta gets focused.
Fleta has not been the player that we've said it a few times. He's just not been the player.
He's getting Carped.
Yeah. He's getting Carped even more so.
Even more than Carped.
Because they don't have a backup like Snillo or EQO or somebody like that to really shoulder the other burden.
Because Wikide's got a smaller hero pool, and it's kind of like he's kind of got the like Mistakes. Everyone used to think Mistakes had, or like Jake has, kind of like the Junkrat, and he can kind of Genji, and he can kind of do this. He can maybe step in on Widow if he needs to.
Right.
Obviously you're replacing Fleta, who can play anything. You could give him fucking, like, did you see him on, was it him that was playing May? Oh no, it was Effect that was playing May last week. I'm sorry. And then we headshotting people. But if you gave him May, he would have a team kill Fleta.
Right.
But not right now.
But we did, we also discussed a little bit that Bunny hasn't been, or not Bunny,
Munchkin.
Munchkin has just not been the same player that he has ever since Bunny left.
Yeah, and that was a good rotation.
Yeah, it really was. That's still a really baffling trade to me.
Yeah, I think Bunny wanted to play full-time, but they traded him to the Valiant. But the Valiant figured out how to work him in.
Yeah. Well, because they knew that Soon could do more than what he was, because he was basically just being forced to play the Tracer role because they didn't have anybody else to play it.
Yeah. And
so now the Valiant can almost be a little more like the London Spitfire where they had two people who were really good at Tracer, but then they had other heroes that they were really good at, so they could kind of switch off the Tracer duty and play the other heroes depending on maps and whatever.
Or even like Philadelphia, like when they run Carpe and Snillo. Or Carpe and Architect. He can actually play Tracer okay. Whatever the combo that they do, they can do that too. The Bunchkin, that was... And you can study it, like we were saying before we started, you can study different maps. Like you can take the map pool from, the start of when you're starting out your stage and go, all right, Bunny, you're Nepal 66 and you're going to do, Anubis or whatever.
Right.
Munchkin, you're focusing on these 3 or 4 or whatever.
Right, exactly.
And when you had that kind of rotation like that, because I've seen Fleta run Tracer too, but he didn't have to when they had Munchkin and Bunny on there.
One thing I will say is because they're playing Blizzard World, I'm super excited to see Fleta play some more Roadhog. Something about like these ultra good DPS players playing Roadhog is like my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, that or sometimes when they give him to the fucking supports.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these supports are just like, how is this guy like only playing support? Because he's just a god.
Fucking killing machine on fucking Roadhog.
Yeah.
Although one of the more terrifying things, like not to get off the subject, is Jonak playing Bastion. Do we have to do that?
Right.
He's a stone cold killer anyway, and he's going to be the mindless killer now. Good lord. Oh man, now I want to see them play more Junkertown and do that.
Right.
They need to have more Bastion tools.
That's one thing that I am excited because, or that makes me intrigued with the new map. I'm wondering what kind of weird things we can get. Because it's pretty, it's got some weird things, and I'm really excited to see how these guys play it.
Yeah, there is a lot of strange choke points, and there's going to be a lot of Tracer and Genji running around, I'll tell you that.
For sure.
Sombra, too. They actually added some health packs onto it, because they didn't, in their mind, they didn't have enough, and like on the forums, which I agreed with, because I ran around it a couple times, I'm like...
Where the hell are all the health packs?
Yeah, you need them, and there's so many places just to die like an idiot.
Yeah. There really are.
You're going to see Lucio, Farah, Brigitte, Diva. You're going to see a lot of booping.
Yeah. But, so who you got in this, match?
Let's get down to the...
Yeah.
We got sidetracked there for a minute. You know what? I am going to take the Fusion.
I am too.
Mostly because I don't trust Soul right now.
Yeah, I don't either. You really can't.
I don't trust who they're going to run.
They're not giving you any reason to.
No, they're not. And you know... Flood has been off. Jaehong was sick last week. They keep putting Guido in for no reason. There's your other DPS guy. Why don't they just put him on there? Have Gambler and Ru Jaehong in those. I don't know. And now I'm trying to figure them out again.
Yeah.
Fusion. I got the Fusion. Did you hear that, crowd? I got the Fusion. Attack me later. I know you will.
Yeah.
Okay. You will get on me. That is going to do it for Thursday. Don't forget to join up on the High Noon Pick'em contest. We still got room, and there's still time, so join up. Remember the whole reasoning behind this. We wanted to have some fun, do some picks and all that kind of stuff, and get you guys more involved in this whole discussion about the Overwatch League and all that. We also have out there 200 subscribers. You guys get us 200 subscribers. We throw a prize in for Stage 4. And then, of course, once we get past Stage 4, whoever gets the playoff winner gets one too. We're not going to leave it at that. Just don't forget, give us a like, a subscribe. We appreciate all of the, subscriptions and all the likes and all the conversations you've had with us. Follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Discord, Canada, something. I don't know. Just find us on social media. We're everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's linked in the bottom. Okay. You guys have a good one. Later.
Later, guys.